Everyone has his own motif to write music. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
joy, it's sadness, whatever. So Youmma, it's actually a cry for my mother. So I was in Beirut, I was in Matar Beirut in the airport, and all of a sudden, everyone has his own motif to write music. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
joy, it's sadness, whatever. When I'm very emotional, because I tend to be sometimes very numb. So when there's moments that I'm very emotional, these moments are very fertile for me. So I remember I was in the airport in Beirut, and I had this also, my relationship to my country that was also going into very hard moments. Like in those moments where Syria was going into the what happened between 2011, starting 2011, I had my husband having the same problem. So nothing was stable anymore for me. I had no home, right? So I all of a sudden I just needed to just go back to my childhood and just feel safe and feel in my hometown with my mother. So Youmma was the song that I actually wrote from A to Z right away. Like I really just wrote it like in the airport. As I told you, I felt like, what am I waiting for? Khalas, I'm gonna talk about my problems. It's okay to be transparent and to be, because I'm not able yet to write music that is not personal. And my personal music is quite sometimes dramatic and a bit related to very like hard moments that I've been through. And I would, it's a personal work also to work on myself and maybe discover other aspects that I want to talk about. So Youmma was a cry for my mother that I wrote, and the whole album was a mix between some old tunes that I wrote, some tunes that I wrote when my husband passed away. Since I wanted somehow to still be related to jazz, so I simply just sang some jazz tunes that I loved, and I prayed also because I really love taratil or chanting. So I got one old tartile, but that is very popular for Mary. I kind of have the same plan every time I do write music. I get some jazz standards and I get some prayers. It doesn't really relate to each other, but this is how I grew up actually listening to music.